Hey you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're doing a pick a card reading. We are looking at what you need to heal and forgive and release. I think it's a beautiful thing for us to be able to step into ourselves and see what we need to look at and see how we can help ourselves grow and expand. And everyone has healing to do, and sometimes when you heal those parts of yourself, sometimes things do come back up, and that's why sometimes you have to go back and re-examine things when some people trigger them or situations trigger them, and it just helps you come back into where you need to be. So I know I usually do like 3 or 4 piles. I have 5. I don't know why 5 is the number of change. 5 is the number of conflict. 5 is that 5 is a hard number, but 5 gets things done. So with that being said, I'm going to be really connecting with just really getting straight to the point, since we're doing 5 and keeping them short and sweet, nice 10-15 minutes max. I'm gonna try and keeping them at that so that you get the message. So let's take a look at them. I have pile 1 here with this cute little popsicle. I have pile 2, it says milk, and then I have pile 3 with this Corona. Pile 4 is another milk, but it's a red and white milk. This other number 2 is blue, white, and pink. So this one, I'm not going to go into details. I'm going to let your intuition pick what you need. And then this last charm we have for number 5 is our dice. So take a second, look at them. Whatever your mind goes to, your eye goes to, whatever you feel or sense is calling you, go to that one. All right, let's get started. All right, hello, pile 1. So you guys picked this popsicle. In the process of me moving the other cards out of the way, I know I'm set up to be quick with this, and I am. I got multiple songs that came in my head. I got Baby Boy. I think it's like Sean Paul and Beyonce. I ain't gonna look it up, but I don't know why that came up. With this popsicle, I can feel this is something that you could be doing this actually this summer. Coming this summer is something that it will be best for you to look into this right now, this coming summer, of this energy of healing this, whatever this is. And I'm gonna flip this card over and see what it is, because this deck is a personal power. So let's see what your personal power is. I am ready. Ooh, what are you ready for? Okay, so, okay, I got that song, and then another song came to my head, and you won't probably know this song. It's from it's from a movie, The 5 Heartbeats, and so you might have not seen this movie at all either. But in The 5 Heartbeats, the biggest story I'm getting that's coming through for that right now is in The 5 Heartbeats. There was a guy named Eddie Kane Jr. And Eddie Kane he was in The 5 Heartbeats, kind of like any other group back in like the 50s or 60s, like the Temptations or the Commodores or groups like that. So The 5 Heartbeats, you should go look it up. I love The 5 Heartbeats. Maybe I need to watch it. I love The 5 Heartbeats, and you should guess which one, The 5 Heartbeats, that I was in love with. But with The 5 Heartbeats, Eddie Kane became addicted to drugs. He was the lead singer in the group, even though there was other people in the group that who were really talented and had really great voices. But he came out and showcased his voice. But he came from a very harsh background where he had a very difficult father, but he was very close to his mother. And so I'm feeling there is a father wound there. And so this this wounding. It's a parent wound. It's something with a parent. So I feel like you're ready to face that wound that you have with the parent and face your addiction. I am ready. You are ready to face this addiction. I know you're like, how did you get that from a popsicle on this? That's what's coming up. What was calling to me was to pull from my Egyptian New Wave Tarot. So I'm going to pull some stuff to maybe help you go over it. And then we're going to finish up with angels, gods, and goddesses that are going to help guide you through this. And then we're going to also look at chakras that you can help heal and cleanse your energy from. And then we're going to look at the forgiveness starts with you cards. That's my deck, personal deck that I made myself. So you got that 5. Remember I don't know if you listened to the intro, but I told you 5 was all about conflict, and this is the 5 of Wands. This is inner fight, an inner battle. This could be within your, I feel like this could be parts of yourself that's battling this, that there was always a fight, always a battle. Could be with that parent figure or yourself. There was always a battle. Then we have the Judgment card, and it's time to release that. You see that? Do you see that? That is your ancestors, and this is you down here releasing this. Because when I came to this, it was like, this is what the people before you, the ancestors before you, people before you that lived before you, generations before you, your bloodline, your family line, they are calling you to heal this wound. And this could be another thing I'm also getting is maybe you had a parent that was abusive. You had an abusive parent, and more on the physical side with these wands going on. And you can kind of see this in this conflict. I'm hearing inner conflict, but it could be physical as well. And it's time to, your ancestors saying it's time to face this and look at it and see how it has brought you to where you are. If you are in those addictive ways, kind of giving me the example of Eddie. Eddie became addicted. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna bawl because I'm thinking of Eddie's story. And so Eddie became addicted, and now I'm going to tell a story, to drugs. They got really famous, and he thought he was everything. And then so he got into a power trip, and he hooked up with bad people, and decided, okay, he ended up putting a hit out on his manager, because the manager was like, you can't be in the group if you're going to be like this, if you're going to be on drugs and you're going to be doing this stuff. And so he thought the manager was just doing him wrong, but the manager was just trying to straighten him up and get him clean. And so he went with bad people, and he made a decision that he shouldn't have made, and he regretted that decision. And right here, and that's the scales are balancing. You might have been living with karma from the things that you did under the influence. But you get to start again and speak your truth. And in the end, Eddie did get clean. He did come clean. And one of the things that Eddie lost in that period that he loved the most, was a woman named Baby Doll. And he loved Baby Doll. And Baby Doll was there for him, and she tried to help him. And then she was like, I can't do this anymore. She walked away. And she just loved him from a distance, and she stayed away. And then when he got cleaned up, they were able to come back together. It's a beautiful story. Oh my gosh. And I'm over here almost gonna cry about it, because gosh, I feel like it's time for you're ready to look at that. Maybe you are looking at that right now, or maybe you're at this place where you're being tugged and pulled by your ancestors, because it's going to happen. When a major arcana like Judgment comes out, it is saying that it needs to happen, and the scales have to be balanced. Truth, with this Ace of Swords, That means that you have a new start to speak your truth. You can speak your truth to whoever you need to speak to forgive them, or you can speak your truth to anyone you hurt in the process of being under the influence. And that way you can forgive yourself in the process, because in every single debt, it's going to be something that triggered you, something that hurts you, that you have to forgive. But how you reacted as well, you're going to have to forgive yourself. Everyone has to forgive themselves for the things they've done. I myself have to forgive myself for things that I've done. Okay? A chakra to work with right now in this process is, what chakra? You have a lot try to come out. Just give me 2 or 3. Don't give me that many, please. Okay. You got 1. And it's a big, and it actually matches all the colors that are kind of on the table. That one's trying. Dang, you got 1. Okay. Okay. So this is kind of the same, because they are the sacral. Relationships and emotions you got. So relationships, they're by each other, and your emotions, expressing yourself in relationships and letting people know how you feel. That could be with the throat and speaking your truth. Oh my gosh. And look right here, you have throat chakra. Grounding too. Staying grounded during this process and speaking your truth with that Ace of Swords, and we already went over that. And this one actually kept trying to come up, and this is forgiveness, your heart chakra. This is forgiving yourself, opening your heart up and releasing and forgiving yourself truly during this whole process. All right, last but not least, we got 2 more things. We got 2 more things and we'll be done. So let's see what angel and God you are working with, or trying to work with you right now to help you during this process, or going to be helping with you. You got a lot of people working with you. You have Goddess of Oneness. Okay, someone you love is thinking fondly of you at this moment. So you have someone who loves you, who is sending you good energy. So remember I talked about Eddie Kane had baby doll, and actually one of the guys in the group, his name was Church Guy. They called him Church Guy, but his dad ran a church, and his dad was angry that he wanted to go off and sing, but he did it anyways. But he still came back to the church and was in the church. So one of the people who was cheering on him was one of his old friends from the group, and he helped him in the church. And then baby doll. So he had an old friend and someone who loved him who knew him for a long time. These are people he knew from a long time, helped him get back to where he needed to be. You have the angel of diet and nutrition. So one of the things that's going to help you, if you are trying to detox, if you have some kind of, if you have like some kind of addiction, one of the best things you can ever do for your body when you have been abusing it, even myself, is I abuse my body with sugars and fats, and I don't, abuse the hard stuff like people who, smoke or drink. I do drink every once in a while, but I don't do it like a lot of people do. Or if you do, you do the hard things. And yes, the best thing you can do is change your diet and nutrition, is to go through a detox, to go to do some fasting. One of the first things I ever did when I stepped into my journey of healing is I used to do water fast. Now, I'm not a doctor, so figure out how that would work for you. It is one of the best ways to detox your body. And your other one is angel of families. The angels surround both you and your family at this moment. So maybe you have some family members that are also trying to help you in this process. Oh, let me pull that up. I didn't see how that was gone. That's helping you through this process as well. So your family's protected. They're trying to help you get through this. Changing your diet and nutrition. Also, know that you have friends around you as well who want to be there for you. All right. And the last thing is from my cute forgiveness deck that I made for myself. And it's called Forgiveness Starts With Me. Let's see what pile 1 needs. All right, it says, you may step into happiness as you forgive. So this card matches that so well. You might be upset, frustrated, mad right now, but your happiness will come as you start to forgive and accept things and release things. You will find happiness and joys in the small things, big things, little things, all of them. You will get there, and it takes time. Do not think that you're supposed to, that this will be done in overnight. No, healing's a lifetime. It's a journey. It is not, you just get to the other side. Like, I'm here at the other side. No, you will get through some stuff and you will level up and you'll be like, oh my God, I'm doing so well. And then something will trigger you and you'll be like, oh my God, what's going on? And then you'll look at that and you will go through the motions and you will go through that process and you'll be like, oh, that's just that and I'm okay. And so it's just a process and you will get through it. All right, pile 1, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, liked it. You can like, subscribe, comment. Have a great day. Bye. Hello, pile 2. So I'm really having a hard time with yours right now because I had 2 things that came in my mind before I started your reading. One was a Frankenstein, and then one was the story of Halloween Jack. And so both are cautionary tales. If you go to, I'm not talking about Halloween Jack from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm talking about the Halloween Jack who actually made a deal with the devil and tried to fool the devil, and it didn't work out for him. And also with Frankenstein, trying to play God and create life. I don't know, and that's the 2 main stories that are coming up, and I don't know why that is, and especially with this baby bottle. So maybe right away I got, maybe you guys, nothing's wrong with magic and nothing's wrong with manifesting, nothing's wrong with if you want to cast spells, nothing's wrong with any of that, but doing it in a way that takes away someone else's free will choice. Now if you and someone else sleep together and y'all make the choice to do that and you end up pregnant, yes, but if you do it out of spell work or you do it out of lies and deception, then other things happen. And that's what I'm getting from this. And it says, I'm being divinely guided. So as you can see, she is in the dark, but there's the light. So you're being divinely guided to either, I don't know, to tell your truth about what has happened. Oh, okay. I am going to see what you are needing to forgive and release, because it's going to, I feel like you might, maybe you did make the deal and maybe you've lost a child in the process, or I don't wish that upon anyone. That's why I'm like, I don't like this energy, and I don't like some things I don't like to do, but they do come up. I can't always do butterflies and rainbows, I guess. Well, the last one wasn't butterflies and rainbows, but it was pain that I could understand. This is pain where I'm like, oh, pain that I don't want to, a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. Hermit mode. So, oh my gosh, I was drawn to, so like, you see children all around you, but there is someone in, if you look, there's someone in this house, and I feel like that's you, like you're alone right now. And everyone else may have children around you and you don't. And I feel like maybe you've lost a child. Gosh. Yeah, because I was drawn to even use this deck with you, this Halloween deck. And there's so many children in it. It's very telling. And this is Major Arcana energy. And we have the Star. And that's healing this place. I think this is going to be self-forgiveness in working with grief. You got Three of Pentacles. If you look at this Three of Pentacles, there's children there, but there is a father figure there. So there's going to be self-forgiveness and also probably forgiving others. Oh my gosh, and that's like Halloween Jack right there. The person you worked with, because Three of Pentacles is about working with others. So whoever you worked with to create this pregnancy that you lost, or yeah, that you lost. I hear lost or going to lose. That you've lost or going to lose. You're going to have to, hopefully you find this in a period after, and maybe it will guide you to some kind of healing. Yeah, because at the bottom I have the World. So the cycle being over and something, and doing something anew. So, and as you can see, I have so many, I have 3 major arcanas. This is what is being written. You know this is going to happen. And now you would need to, I think one thing is forgiving yourself and forgiving the person you worked with and people who told you, oh, to do this, oh, this will work, and oh, do that. Forgiving them and releasing them in this world and being done with those relationships. This is so not something I like to read. All right. Let's look at your chakras really quick, about what chakras you could be, you'll need to work on and heal. Yeah. Your sacral chakra, which is your sexuality, which it says there's a couple different sacral chakras over there, underneath there. Your sacral chakra is all about your creativity, but it is also your wound. So you have sexual energy there as well. So, but for you on this deck, the swatches of chakras has multiple sacral chakra ones, and so sometimes it's going to be about your creative side, but this one is about your sexuality. This is about your healing your wound. Okay, that is the biggest thing that you're going to have to do, is do a lot of wound healing. With wound healing, there are so many great classes out there that do wound healing and cleansing for people, and that might be the best start. And then the second one, it flew into my table. There we go. You got the heart chakra, forgiveness. You're going to have to, so after both of those, your sacral and your heart, going into your heart space. That is, the heart space is I feel the heart space is where our earthly side, which because our lower chakras are below, and then the heart is in the middle, and then you have your higher chakras above that helps you connect to above, to God, to the universe, to your ancestors, to multiple things. Okay. All right. What the angel, god, or goddess can they call upon right now that would work with them? That would be perfect for this group. You have two. So you have angel of communication. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. So tell your truth. Tell whatever happened, what happened. Speak your truth, because this, when you speak your truth, when you let things out, it releases all of that that's sitting inside of you. You have to speak that truth to start this healing, to hit the star card, to get to that state of balance, to get to that state of this healing energy, to coming out of, it's time to come out of hermit mode and shine your light and speak your truth of that healing process. And then the angel of self-worth. You are currently undervaluing yourself. It is time to regain your self-worth. That is, so you are not seeing how valuable, we all are valuable in so many multiple ways. And so right now I feel like you don't like yourself, that you have given up on yourself in some ways. And so seeing your self-worth really heals that, that the heart chakra is where that self-worth is, and also your sacral, and also your solar plexus as well. Those all right there connected. Though that's your inner power, and I think one of the biggest things you can always heal is your heart space. Every one of your chakras are important, but the heart is what connects you to being able to come to forgiveness energy. Okay. So, oh man. All right, let's end with this, our forgiveness card. So we got start the process within yourself. So start. One of the best ways to release these things from yourself, and you need to get them out, is to write them down. Journaling is a beautiful thing. Journaling also, if you can get, I would say go to a therapist and speak your truth to them. And it's a process of getting it out. Okay. And then you're, and life without forgiveness can be empty. Okay. So just going through life and not forgiving yourself, not forgiving situations, and just it makes you into this person of F the world. I don't need nobody. I don't like anybody. It makes you very jaded. It creates so much just trauma. It creates I can't even throw the words out there that I'm trying to give you of how much life is miserable without forgiveness. You have so much built up anger, you have so much built up guilt, you have so much built up frustration, you have so much built up pain, that because of the forgiveness that you cannot bear yourself to come to within yourself and within situations and people. So I would say start with yourself, start within, and work your way out. And I know you probably heard this many, many, many times, but the forgiveness is not for the other person or for the situation. It is so that you can start the journey to connecting to who you want to be, who you can be. Okay? That is my message for you, Paul 2. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye. Okay, we are on Pal 3. Okay, I think you guys are going to be fun. Even though this is about healing and forgiveness, the last two energies were like strong. Like, first one was deep and I understood it. I understand that energy. The second one was just like, oh my gosh, I don't like this. This is, oh, it was, yeah, not cool. This group, I was just like, you guys are a little more on the laid back side. I also heard before I came in, there was two things I heard Matthew McConaughey saying, all right, all right, all right, all right. And so I was really excited about that. Also, you guys, I think, I don't know. I think that you guys need a vacation. Well, I don't think that's what I know. I know it's saying especially with this corona thing, it's I was just like, you guys need a vacation. All right. And it says, I reveal my truth. Look at that. You know what? She's all, you know what? Her makeup's all messed up because she's been in the water. Because she's went on vacation and she's coming back and she's like, I've been on vacation and I got to tell y'all some things. What? Yeah. You might go on vacation and come back and be like, I need to tell y'all some things. Or you just got back from vacation and you be like, I'm ready to tell people some things. All right, let's see what you need to forgive. Oh, wow. Heal and forgive. You guys, I love y'all's energy. I can feel, it feels good. I don't know why. Hermit, interesting. Maybe you did you go on vacation alone? Because I'm really digging vacation vibes. Maybe it's me just wanting to look at that. Oh my, yeah. Okay. Who just went on vacation? Okay, there's a King of Swords, so we have some air energy. My air signs are Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. We got a King of Wands. We got some fire energy. Ooh, did you go on vacation? Was this a group of guys going on vacation doing some things? So fire signs, of course, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So I got a King of, what is going on? OMG. Oh, y'all play too much. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's why you got a King of Cups. So we got a King of Cups, which is our Scorpio, who else? Pisces and Cancer. You know, I have a hard time with my water. I have a hard time with water signs because I'm a little feisty and fiery. And then your last one is Nine of Pentacles. Okay? Do you see she's sitting up there by herself? Okay. So I feel that you're like, oh, dang. Reveal my truth. Your truth is you want to go on vacation by yourself. You see that hermit mode? You don't want to be with anybody. You don't want to be with this King of Swords. You don't want to be with this King of Wands. You don't want to be with this King of Cups. This is a single card. This is a woman who don't need, well, it could be, okay. You can take it as, I take it as, I am saying she, but take it as you are, okay? You can be, this is just energy. I'm using the genders on the cards, okay? But you can be a man in a situation where you're like, I don't want to be involved with anybody right now. I'm happy being single. I want to be by myself. I like going on vacations alone, relaxing. I like being alone. This is a person who does not mind being alone. And and they can flourish on their own. This Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. It's stepping into, I don't need nobody. I know I can sit on my throne and be alone. This is a boss of their in their own rights, and they don't need someone in their life. They're fine being alone with that hermit mode. And I think your forgiveness, the reason why yours is so easy, and I love this energy, is because you, your truth is that you should not feel guilty for wanting to be by yourself. Forgive yourself. Your forgiveness is so simple. It's forgive yourself of, you know what? I don't care if I leave people out in the cold. The Five of Pentacles, leaving these energies out in the cold. So what? So what did you leave this King of Swords out in the cold? So what? You leave this King of Wands out in the cold. So what? You leave this King and Cups out in the cold. So freaking what? I'm telling you right now, energy is so what? Who cares? If you don't want to be with anyone, you don't have to. And don't feel guilty about it. That's why I like this energy, because it's so, it's one of those was like, I feel so, because I understand it. I'm feeling guilty about not wanting to do something, or feeling guilty, like, and you do it because you feel guilty. In this society, we have mostly women. I'm going to say mostly women. We have guilted them and being stay-at-home mothers. We have guilted them into being homemakers. We have guilted them into doing, making sure the kids are always okay. We have guilted them into making sure everyone's okay and putting themselves last. We have guilted this. And so this energy is saying, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to put myself first, and I don't want any of this other stuff. And it's okay. If you don't want kids, if you don't want to be married, if you don't want any of that, it's okay. And this is a very strong energy right now. A lot of women are choosing. They're just choosing themselves, and they're being okay with it. And it's okay. If you don't want to, and once you get to that point where you're okay of not needing that, and also getting to the point where you don't, where you can practice abstinence, and people like you, why aren't you having sex? People think it's weird you're not having sex, and you're like, why? Because I don't want this person's energy mixed in with mine. I don't want this person's energy mixed in with mine. I don't want this person's energy mixed in with mine. I don't want that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with their issues. I feel like you've been in hermit mode, and you've been healed, and you've been on vacation. You've been on vacation from the scene of dating, from the scene of all of it, and you're okay with it. And I'm telling you, it's okay. Do not feel guilty when people are saying, oh, you're getting old, you need to have some kids. Oh, you're getting old, why aren't you married yet? No. Be okay. That's what I tell a lot of the young girls I work with. I mean, like, it's okay for you not to get married. It's okay to not have kids. It's okay. And a lot of women are recognizing that. And it's not just women, but men as well. Okay? It should go both ways. But it has been strongly forced upon women more than men. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to speak my truth. It's my channel. You don't like it, you can walk away. End of story. All right, so let's wow. I was picking up the chakra cards to get you a chakra card to tell you what chakra you need to look at right now to maybe balance out. Oh my God, look at that. It flipped right out at me. Your intuition. Follow your intuition. So do I. So you know what you need to do. Don't listen to anybody else. Those outside forces saying this, that, this, and that, don't listen to them. Listen to yourself. Your angel of guidance. Oh my God, thank you guys for your reading. It was very light. I appreciate a lot. I think I needed the light after the first two. Okay. Okay, and then you got Angel of Space Clearing, which is weird because I went to that third eye and you have this third eye one right here. It's time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. So any thoughts, negative feelings about anything that comes up about situations that you need to be doing this and you need to be doing that, let them go. Be like, nope, not, I'm not, nope. Let them go. All right, let them go. And you can say, I forgive myself for even stepping into that thought. Feeling guilty for not doing this or feeling guilty for not being here. Forgiveness is a gift. So forgive yourself and give yourself some gifts. And it says we do not live in the past, so we use the gift of forgiveness. So those past versions of yourself, the things that happened in the past where you did put these put men before yourself or situations before yourself, that was the past. You don't do that now. Now you use the gift of forgiveness and say, yeah, I used to do that, but guess what? I don't do it now, and I'm good. Okay, you guys are doing just fine. Follow your intuition. You guys are just here to check in, and that's it. And y'all are good. Okay, you guys are doing good. Enjoy yourself, Corona, I'm saying. Thank you, pile 3. Y'all are awesome. Oh my God, you pile 3 and I said your pre-Empress energy. The Empress is 3, so you guys are stepping in your Empress energy. Or you are. All right, have a wonderful day, guys. Bye. Okay, pile 4. So, wow. 2 things happened right when I was about to start your pile. It got so cold in my house. I don't have air conditioning in my house, and I live where I live in Washington, and I just have my back door open. This is my voice too, so this message is supposed to come out. It's and then it just got really cold in here, and I was just like, why is it so freaking cold in here? I'm like, the sun's out, I haven't turned on any fans, nothing. And then all of a sudden a old dream I had probably a few years ago, and I remember this dream still to this day very vividly because I had to write it down, and it was about a vampire. And I remember in the dream this vampire came, and he was trying to drink baby's blood. I shouldn't be saying that, but he was in the dream. So I'm dreaming this. I dreamed I've seen this vampire, and he's in a hospital, and he's going and he's trying to get to the babies, right? And so he goes to the desk, and he's going to the lady to ask her where the baby section is, and I come through. My spiritual warrior side comes through, and like jumps out at him, and like then he like grabs me, and he's like and he's trying to bite me, and I just turn around and I do a Mike Tyson, and I bite off his ear and spit it out, and then he throws me off of him, and then I'm like there like ready to like go fight this freaking vampire guy. And he reminds me of like Bram Stoker's Dracula, like old, really white, long nails, kind of crunched over, kind of vampire. And all of a sudden I see the name of the hospital, and the name is not in English. It's a freaking hospital like in Sweden. And so I know nothing about Sweden. And so when I wake up, and I write everything down, I wake up and I look up the hospital, and the freaking hospital's real, and the town is real, everything is real. And I was just like, oh my gosh, was I fighting him? So I have a feeling that you have attracted energy vampires. Look at that. You have fairy energy. Oh my gosh, yeah, that wing. This card is beautiful. You have this beautiful energy where you attract energy vampires. Do not feel bad for attracting them. They're attracted to your light. They're attracted to your, and as I say this, it gets colder and colder in here. Wow. Yeah. And I've been using tarot for everyone, but for some reason I saw all of a sudden, like every once in a while I'll see, like, if you're thinking some, you know how you think of something, like you think of an orange and you see an orange in your head. That's what happens. I in my head I saw this deck come up, so I was just like, Oracle of the Witch, reclaim your birthright. So I'm not gonna do the whole tarot for you. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you to help you reclaim some of your energy back that has been taken from vampires. And maybe all throughout, as a child, you attracted them. And so these are people you've probably been around and you had to release them and forgive them. And then you end up attracting a new one. And so this is just going to help you call back your energy and maybe help you see how to find your protection against them. Okay, the first one is Oracle knowledge. So the biggest thing you could do right now for yourself with energy vampires is the more you know about them, the more you know about narcissists, the more you know about energy, the more you know about crystals, the more you know about your chakras, the more you know about sacred geometry, the more you know, the more you're going to be able to, even just being a seer, seeing things, using oracles, being able to read a room, being able to use your intuition, being able to see through people's bull crap. That's just being able to, having the street smarts of everything. But the more you learn, the more knowledge you pick up, the better off you're going to be. Okay. Runes. I just heard that. Ardina. This is magic. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna look that one up for you. I don't know, dude. I know nothing, Jon Snow. I know nothing. So Game of Thrones. What about Game of Thrones? Yeah, you were. Yeah. Magic. What card is that? 3? Number 3. Oh, that cold air is not cool at all. It says, when it comes to high grand magic, we witches practice the ancient rites of old witchcraft, which is its diversity. Consider all aspects of theatrical, ceremonial, and ritual magic. We also work with natural magic and follow the path of folk wisdom using candles, herbs. So again, this is another form. Knowing your herbs, using essential oils, all of those things that I've been talking to you, candles, you know, all divination, which that's what I'm doing right now. What is another? There's so many things, like I said, and runes, rune protection. Maybe even getting, if you are thinking about a tattoo, getting a rune tattoo of protection on you. And that has come up. Okay, let's get one more for you. They do have witches runes, but I know nothing about them. I just know about the elder ones. And then forger, self-reliance. So relying on yourself to understand what's going on. Seeing the signs, like seeing a bunch of crows around you, seeing a bunch of birds around you, seeing what animals around you. Also, your pets are really great at helping you transfer that energy of other people. And if you have like a cat or a dog. I just saw in my mind, I just saw a snake. I don't know why, but a snake just popped up. So going and working in your, if you have a garden, working in your garden and pulling up your own little things to work with, because you will plant the things that your intuition will tell you to plant, like plant this, plant that, and your intuition will have you plant things, and they will grow if they're supposed to grow, and they will thrive, and you will have a lot of abundance of them, if that's what you're supposed to be using, and it will come up. So that is the biggest thing. The more you know about just spirituality stuff in general and how people operate, knowing your connection to God as well, knowing your connection with your ancestors, staying grounded, finding, what would I call it? I would call it giving thanks to things daily. I think giving thanks is one of the biggest things you can do to pull new things up. Compassion. So having I'm hearing compassion for your abusers. So having compassion for them, like, see them for who they are, but you still have forgiveness and compassion for them, because you know that they are just attracted to your energy because it's the energy that they don't have and that they want, and they don't know how to get it. And it's that point of working, when you do shadow work, you have to also see that person hasn't done shadow work, and so they're following their shadow. And nothing's wrong with your shadow, because we are duality creatures. We have a light and we have a dark, because it comes down to a choice. It comes down to choice, and you can pick either choice. But seeing your dark and understanding your dark will help you with your choices. That's the thing when it comes to it. So seeing when you have someone who wants your energy because they're jealous of something of yours. Understanding, looking at, dropping yourself down in their shoes and saying, why? Why would you want to be in my shoes? Why? And one of the biggest questions you would always ask is why, and reasoning down to their why. It helps so much. Okay. One more for you on the chakras. Okay. Well, I said one more, but I'm going to do these two because this is weird. This came out in another pile. This actually came out in the other baby bottle one, pile 2. That energy is crazy, and maybe that is the person who actually was the energy vampire from you. They could be your energy vampire, or in that, when I was talking about that one, you had a light. If you came from pile 2 to this one, then you had a light and people stole it, because this is talking about your birthright. So you had a light. If you were in 2 and you had a light and people stole your birthright, and did stuff to you and stole it, your family, it could also be sexual partners. If they're the ones who stole it, you will transcend that energy. Whatever they stole, you will still transcend past that energy. Your crown will, because your crown is still connected to the Most High. Is still connected to God regardless. That is one thing they can't steal. They can't steal your connection to God. They can steal some of your energy. They can steal some of your essence. They can steal they can steal those things. But in the end, you can always regain them back. this reminds me of the last pile who had healed all that and is at a place where like, nah, I don't want that. That's it's kind of like parts in a person's journey, like where you could be like everyone's in a different place in their journey, and I feel like this right here is this is where you're at before you hit where pile 3 was at. Okay. All right, let's get you an angel god or goddess that's working with you. Everyone mostly has been getting angels, but you, funny. Guess what you got? You got goddess energy. Okay, you got goddess of compassion. So self-criticism is demising your own self-worth. So compassion. So knowing your worth, knowing your value, having, like I told you, to have compassion for them, but also have compassion for yourself. And that's a part of a forgiving process. Remember, when you forgive others, you have to also forgive yourself. And I think I told a couple of groups this, but it's pretty much every single group. When you forgive that energy vampire, you're also forgiving yourself for letting that person do that or letting that situation occur. Okay? And then we have Goddess of Awakening. This is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, and creativity. This is why this came out too, because as you heal your sacral wound, you're going to hit that creativity, because that's where that is, and also that romance is going to be there as well. So those are both popping out. Not popping out like that. We're gonna just put that over. We're just gonna put that over that. Okay, and then I'm going to give you a forgiveness card and we'll be all done. Pile 4. But you guys are definitely a divine being with a beautiful energy. It says, learn that forgiveness doesn't always happen. Ooh. This is a good lesson that sometimes it doesn't happen. It doesn't always happen. Especially when you're trying to get forgiveness from someone. It doesn't always happen. They don't want to forgive you. Like, no, I ain't forgiving you, forget you. You know what? My youngest daughter, when she fights with my son, my middle, and they fight, and then I'm like, okay, you guys need to forgive each other. And she's like, I don't forgive him. She'll just say, I won't forgive him. That is what this reminds me of. I was like, I don't forgive him. And that could be you. I ain't forgiving that person. No. And that's okay. That is okay. Or I know they are not forgiven. That is okay. I also had someone at work yesterday say that to me. I ain't forgiving them. No. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yes, sometimes it does not happen. And that's okay. Life without forgiveness can be empty. The last pile got this. Okay. So, if you can't forgive, sometimes you have emptiness inside you. You have those holes. When you can't forgive, there's spaces that have to be released, and forgiveness is one of the biggest ways to do that. And so it can be empty sometimes. It can feel lonely sometimes, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It'll happen when it needs to happen. Okay, pile 4. I love that. I love sharing experiences with you guys, and great examples. So keep doing your journeys, keep trucking along. All right, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day. Okay, my last pile 5, the number of conflict. I said you guys have been on a journey. As you can see, I don't know how, I must have hit it, because when I did originally, when I had this, you guys were on a 4, which 4 is the number of 4 is foundation, because it's like 4 sides. 4 sides is a good foundation number. But then I flipped it to the 2. 2 is like the duality. It's also coming together. So my thing is, when I picked this dice, all of a sudden I knew right away, your guys is healing that wound of taking risk, of rolling the dice, like taking risk on things. So This can be general, like taking a risk on relationships, taking a risk on moving to another country, taking a risk on starting a family, taking a risk on starting a new job, taking a risk for starting your own business, taking a risk of coming out of the closet, taking a risk, you know. You took risks before. Four was playing it safe, like the foundational safe, like I'm safe. Two is like let's make a choice again. Which way can I go? Let's do this again. And it says, I am a dreamer. Yes, the risk. So, dude, whatever that dream, taking a risk on being an artist. That's what I've gotten from that. I'm like, I love that. Take that risk. I love it. Take your risk and do your thing. Pile 5. Whatever it is, do it. Take that risk. Step out and say, I'm going to do this again. All right, let's pull some cards on this. Let's see what broke down in your first time you took a risk and you was like, and it's holding you back now. What was that? That's what I'm feeling for you. What was this? I just want 2 cards for it. Because 2 cards is going to go underneath saying what you can look at now. So give me what was the risk before, and let's look at now. Because yes, we can look at the past and we can learn from that journey in the past, but you're still present here and you still have a future. Okay? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too. We are using the in-between tarot, so you are in between something. That I left that in my deck, and that's what came out. It was like, we don't need that. Okay, so your risk was you took a risk on Queen of Coins. And the 8 of Coins. Okay. And oh my gosh, I love the in between because it was like, you know what, the queen of, so you took a risk on, oh my God, this is really much stuff in this world. Okay, you worked, so what failed was the relationship, because in between is the Queen of Coins and the King of Coins. Something failed in a relationship. So some of y'all, it's gonna be a relationship. Yes, you created a family, and it did not work out, and so you're like, ew, you might be like done with family stuff. You're like, I don't want that no more. I don't want to do that no more. I get you. You took a risk and you just build a foundation around family and stuff. Nothing's wrong with that, but it didn't work out. Things don't always work out between people, and it's okay. This one is the 8 of Coins in between that nine of Coins, which is you mastered something, and I feel like that's in your work, that you stepped out into your career and worked really hard to move up and master something in your job field. Okay, and then all of a sudden you were seeing your dreams, and you're like, I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to be climbing the corporate ladder anymore. It feels like climbing. This 9 of Coins is the independence that you want. It's like freedom of that 9 to 5. The freedom of doing your own art, of writing your own books, of running your own business, of helping people with coaching, helping people with exercise, helping people lose weight, fitness. All of that stuff can come up. It is whatever that passion is. Everyone's going to be different, so you got to find out what yours is. You're like, so some of you, this has to do with family and relationships that did not work, that you did take a risk on, and they didn't work out. and some of you is on your work front. So we have I pretty much two groups, or they both can be yours. So this first group, it's time to step out of that family dynamic into something else. You're dreaming of wanting to step in. Oh, Lord, help me. They want me to get. So you want a new beginning, pretty much. We're gonna do this. You want a new beginning. You need to speak your truth, okay? And see what comes out of the Ace of Swords is a Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is making a choice and picking a direction and seeing the truth. The Ace of Swords is you see that right behind that ace is like, okay, I got to go a certain way. Am I going this way or that way? Which way do I want to go? You have to. It's time for you to make a choice. Then you have this Four of Cups. This Four of Cups walks to this. Again, you're going your separate ways. Like, I don't want this anymore. This isn't this. And the universe is saying, is this worth it? Is this what you want? And you're like, no. I'm looking at this in this way. Or you can look back this way, or you can look at it this way. You know, I can look at it and one way or the other. And as you can see, as you move away from it, you get to build again in this lifetime. Which, look at this. It's the same thing, but before you get here, it's saying do not give up on yourself. Just try again and start from scratch and relearn. These are, look at this. This is almost the same. It's that you produce something and this one's just starting over again. Like, oh my God. And some of you may not be spring chickens and you're like, I don't want to start all over again. I'll just stay because I don't want to start all over again. But if you look in the back, it happens slowly, and you already seen what you've done. You've already seen what you built before, so you know what you don't want. You know what you don't want when it comes to cups and relationships. You know what you don't like. You got a taste of it before, so you're like, I don't like this, I don't like that. You already know. And when you start all over again and you're building, you're like, okay. And if you're manifesting a new person, if you are straight up, because you got the swords, when you're communicating with something new, hey, I had this in the past, I don't want it now. And letting that person know straight up, I don't want that. That's beautiful. Okay, so don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on things because of things that did not work out before. Okay, so my job people, you guys, yeah, because after that, Fool is a magician. So you just have to take a leap of faith. So once you step out and take that leap of faith and put a project out there, do whatever you are doing for your own creation, putting your paintings online, putting your music out there on SoundCloud, whatever you're doing. Once you put that out there, then you go into the magician energy and then you manifest that this is going to work out for you, that it's going to be successful, and you thrived at this, so you can thrive you thrived at making other people's businesses thrive and successful, so you know how to do it, and you've learned being successful at running someone else's business. Now it's time to do this for yourself. And so let's just see. Let's just let them know what's going to happen for them if they'll take this leap of faith and go for it. Look at that. What? I've never in my million years. I've never seen this is there a ball there? I don't know why that ball's there for the Knight of Wands. I'm really interested. I might have to crack open the book. Oh my goodness. Where is the book? Hold on. I'm going to look and see what they're saying about this ball. Okay. Because of the Latin, okay, so this ball is actually energy. It is fire, it is wands. We are wands. That's what that ball is. It's energy. And it's fire. Fire is energy. So Nine of Wands is your last stand. So putting yourself out there is going to take a lot of your energy. And it's going to be heavy. So you might have to look for others for help during this process. You might have to take on, you might have to get someone who might mentor you through this. And I get it. You're like, or it's the energy of you've already done that. You were in this and you did that and you fell out of that. Maybe you went back to this too because this was too much. It was a burden. That's so interesting. Why didn't it work? What I'm gonna tell you, what is this? I'm telling you guys to dream. Yeah, guess what? He does come back out. The magician does. And you can manifest this. And the high priest is like a musician and a high priestess. But you have, oh, okay. So, yes, you are supposed to do that. And that's why this partner's here. Because you're supposed to be working with someone else. So, when you're ready to take this leap of faith of starting this wonderful endeavor of painting or whatever, you are supposed to work with a partner. You're supposed to work with someone else. Because this magician, he's great, but he needs the intuition of this high priestess to show him the way as well. Okay? And maybe that high priestess that you thought was the one right here was not the right one. Maybe you thought they were, and it was not actually high priestess. They were in disguise. Some people disguise themselves as other things. Some people act like they're this, but they're not. And once you start using your intuition, you will see right through it. Okay? Wow. So let's get the chakras to help heal this energy. What chakras can help with this energy? So what I would suggest is keep building on your ideas. But until you can have that partner in your life, ground, Earth Star. Do a lot of grounding energy. Okay? You have that, and you have self-esteem, solar plexus. So maybe in that self-esteem is going to affect your art. It will affect your music. It will affect all of your work, all your creativity. That solar plexus. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have that be like that self-confidence. You have to have it to be able to do it. And bring that self-confidence that you got when you were up high in that job, in your career. You know, bring that, you have to bring that forward for sure. An angel that's going to help bring the right, I don't know why, but you have the wrong priestess in your life. The angel that's going to bring the right one in your life. So you have the wrong one in your life. That's okay. It happens. It happens. One angel is going to help bring the right one. It's it's weird because I haven't, I'm just like, forgive yourself for the choice that you made. You made that choice. And when you make choices, you make them with the things that you know at that moment. Now, once you learn and expand your knowledge and things change, and you tap into your intuition more, and you listen to yourself more, and you trust yourself more, and you have self-esteem in yourself, and you believe in yourself, and you trust yourself, then you make better decisions for yourself, and you're not second guessing yourself. So you have Goddess of Beauty. It says, you are a wondrous being of light. There is nothing to change or fix. So within yourself, you need to, that self-esteem, that beauty in yourself that you see. You did not attract this person because you're terrible or you're this. It was because that was the stage of life that you were in. And that's what you attracted, because that part of your life, you were in that energy. Now, in this part of your life, you're in a different energy. Our energies change. Some people's energy stays the same because they don't learn and grow or expand, and that's okay if they don't want to. But some who do, it changes, and you attract different things, and you attract the correct things, or the things that are going to be for your highest good. In this one, you have angel clearing. Your time of waiting and confession will soon be over. So this waiting period that you're in is almost over. There's things being cleared. So let's see some forgiveness cards that you can totally step into. Release the need to control the process. I'm going to leave you with that. Release the need to control the process. It is a process. You might be like, okay, when is this going to happen? It happens when I just told the last group this. Things happen when it's supposed to happen, but this card did not come out. But release the need to control. Some of you might have like, I want to control this. I need to control this. No, just go with the flow. Learn how to flow. You could be a fire sign, or you could be an earth sign, but you have to learn how to let things flow like water and air. You have to flow with them. Okay? That is your guys' message, and you guys are going to make it there. You guys are going to get there. I have a feeling that you're going to have something's going to clear out, and something's going to be anew that's going to come through for you guys. Okay? And it's going to work out. So your forgiveness right now, pile 5, is simple. It is forgive yourself for the decisions that you made. Okay? Just you release them, let them go. And release the need to control the rest of your process that you're going through with family, with your job, with your creativity, what you're trying to bring forth into this world. It will happen in divine timing, always. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye.